All right, so I'm gonna cover one that I've had a few beers I've been before. It was into my early videos when I didn't know anything of what I was doing. Zilker Brewing, they're an urban brewery and they have a tap room. So like Thirsty Planet, they have solid beers, but they don't have a tap room yet. So the main thing about this one, it's called Marco IPA. It's an American one. Apparently, as long as the hops are American, it can be classified as American IPA. Because in the malts, they had a few of them like Morris Otter, Two Row, Vienna, Crystal, and Dextrin. And like two of them are German, one's American, and the other one is British, you know. So it's a mixture of it. But the El Dorado, Cascade, and Simcoe, I guess would be the American ones. The yeast says just American, so I don't know about that strain. Some of them kind of like to keep that's like their secret, you know, the strain that they have. Sometimes they'll trade and they'll create new ones, and it depends what they're looking for. So the malt will add beautiful grain. You can also say it's technically cereal. Cereal is just grain, but all we know growing up is a box of cereal, but grains are cereal. So there's different grains, cereal grains. Yeah, make combinations. So the one that's a two-row, that's an American one, but it's not used on its own. They do a whole blend, and it depends what they're looking for. Like if they want this malt to stand out, there's other ones that have more of the flavor that'll stand out. But the two-row is very good on making the starches. So this one's 7 ABV. So because of that one grain and maybe another one, it has enough sugars that you don't have to add anything. You just cook the malt, get plenty of sugar, and it puts that ABV up there. So these are just the little things that little breweries are doing, trying to make magical beverages that you can love and enjoy. So we're gonna do the Marco IPA. Oh, and today's Friday the 13th. That apparently have little specials. That's like Japanese for the number 13. It's over at Austin Tattoo Company. So I put it all over on the Instagram. You can check it out. So if you're not doing anything today and you feel like getting one, it's arms and legs. They have a whole bunch to choose from, but it's just for those special ones. But if you change your mind and get a badass tattoo, by all means, you can do that as well. All right, let me see if I'm getting this. I've been doing a poor job in my glass. I'm gonna have to figure it out. But you got a beautiful yellow golden color. People usually, and that's the downside about yellow. When it's perky and happy, it's always sun and sunflowers. But then when it comes to be like, oh, well, it looks like pee, I'm like, well, why would you want to be naming something to be urine that you're about to put in your mouth and drink? It's golden. It's light, vibrant. You want to pick positive things. But definitely, I get the malt, but that hops is very pine grassy, like very green, basically. It's almost like the hops is just still in here, like just right physically there, but just a beautiful aroma. So I think Simcoe might contribute to that. And what was it? Cascade. Cascade at first, it's a very common hops, used a lot. And before I understood anything, I always got the bitter side of that one. So that one was like, took me a little while to get into. Mosaic is the one that really helped me. A lot of Mosaic hops was used when it was first created. There was just, you know, some to put some together, created the Mosaic. It was very fruity. It was extra fruity, extra smells really good, like effervescent. The newer ones, because now they're regrowing it and doing it over and over, it kind of toned down a little bit. It's still pretty up there, but not as when it first kicked off and it first gained popularity. But knowing that, it's still enough to help you. When you get more of those fruity flavors, you'll get to understand how it works into the bitterness. So the bitterness tones down the malt so you can drink it without feeling like you just downed a bunch of sugar. So let's see how this one goes. It has a good amount of bitterness. It's a funky like papaya punch. I don't like papaya. It has enzymes, and the natural enzymes in fruit, when it's not ripened all the way, because that's what happens. You get in the store, they had to pull it off the tree already, drive it in a truck, get it delivered to your spot, and it's not ready to go. Real papaya needs more time to get actually like soft and edible, and then you pull it from the tree if you happen to have one nearby. So this one has a fresher papaya where it's funky. It's too funky, but this beer is just a little bit funky, but it reminds me of that funk, and I'm not a big fan of papaya. It's very bold. Yeah, it's delicate as far as the body and the feel, but that flavor is not playing around. So definitely this is for hopheads, people that like that papaya funky. It's almost like a little grassy in the back. If you like that strong, bold IPA, this is it. So let's see. I'll look at the can. So they do have some stuff to help you out. It says it's equally suited for boat dock, dining table. Full body American IPA is rich in color. They describe it more burnt orange. I say toasty orange, but that's just what I'm getting. And you get the fruit and pine, so I'm definitely getting that. The featured hops on this one is El Dorado. So the maltiness is right in the middle. I get that. It's perfectly balanced. It's not standing out. When it's standing out, that's when the malt's more impactful. It's actually not fighting with the hops. So it depends what different blends create different things. Hoppiness is definitely up there and bitterness is up there, and it clearly states it. Everything's in the middle or past the middle. So I got it all right down that. I'm thinking of like a fruity papaya with some grass clippings. That's pretty much it right there. I don't know, it doesn't sound appealing, but it's pretty awesome. I just definitely got a punch. So first couple of kicks, every time I have a beer, I got to get a couple in. It's like bourbon. Whenever you have bourbon, you take a tiny little nip. People don't know this. The young kids like, oh, you're supposed to just shoot it. Well, there's rules to everything. There's a way to do stuff. You always nip the bourbon so it gets the alcohol in your mouth because it's going to pull oils out. It's going to change everything up. If you just take a big swig, it's going to burn your taste buds out and they're not going to be ready for all the beautiful caramel aromas and any sweetness that's in there or nuttiness and all that. So you destroy your taste buds by just going, just, I got it. Sip on it. Get in there, smell it, nip it. You don't have to swish it. Swishing's dumb. But as I go through and mellows out, it gets a little almost zingy, almost a little, not really lemon, doesn't taste like lemon, but it has that little acidic kick like lemon. So I still get the papaya and the grass all the way. So this is definitely a bold one. If that's something you're looking for, then you know to be ready. If you're not looking for that, then I would skip this. They have plenty of other beautiful IPAs and pales, and even a couple sours. I have one called Spontaneous Magic. Beautiful. If you never had a sour, it's just enough to kick on your tongue, but not mess you up on sours forever. Because there's always that person, oh yeah, I had a sour once, never touch it again. It's because no one taught them, no one helped them through this, and then no more sours for the rest of their life. So this is just a good IPA. If you already had IPAs, go to this one. If you haven't had IPAs, you might want to try a different one because this one's going to really kick you right in the teeth and get in there and be like, enjoy. So, all right, be careful. Happy Friday the 13th for anyone who's into that. Get your tattoos while you can. If not, have a good day and just be safe while you're drinking, all right?